5 hours. Let's try to catch 5 bass. You don't always know what forages in the lake, but snooping around at the boat ramp here, there's a handful of little baby bluegills. So you know, that's a pretty good forage. All right, here we're on a mystery lake in Kansas, southeast Kansas. Never been here before. On the way home from Oklahoma. I got a little bit of time. I got about 5 hours to catch some bass. Where I'm meeting up with some family later tonight for a family dinner. So I wanted to get some more fishing in before I head back to Minnesota, and don't know if we're getting the boat out one more time or not, because it's mid-November. 5 hours, let's try to catch 5 bass and see what they weigh. So what we're dealing with is we've got water temps, low 60s, no mapping to speak of other than the Omni app, so I can go look. Nice shout out to the Omni app. I got Navionics on my phone, so I can do that. Link down in the description in the pinned comment if you want to try out the Omni app for 7 days for free. Just to give you a shape of the lake here, it's 500 and some acres, and it's got a kind of deeper main section, a lot of little creek arms, but full of timber. So navigation will probably be slow. It's early November. Water's probably warmer than seasonally, but like most good days on the lake, if you're a bass fan, almost everybody starts at the dam wall. So might as well, right? So we'll try the dam wall first, see if we can generate some bites. I haven't seen a whole lot of bait. There's a little bit of bait on the screen here. So we'll be kind of idling around, looking around, and trying to make some decisions for the fish on the boat. Coming off Grand Lake, didn't light them up in the tournament. Probably one of the worst tournaments I ever had. Hoping to catch a few bass and get feeling good before we drive back to Minnesota today. Stay tuned, see how it goes. Air temp, mid-50s today. Beautiful day. Mostly cloudy. Light wind, it's a moderate wind. We're on the calm side, so we'll probably be sampling, you know, some shallow, some deep, some main lake, some creek arms, try to figure out where the fish are and try to get on a bite quick because we only got 5 hours. I would say water clarity is at least 2 feet. A little tough to say, but I think I can see this chatterbait at least 2 feet deep. So it seems like pretty clean water. All right, we got distracted and saw some grass and timber here. Started throwing the buzzbait a little bit adjacent to the dam. No bites yet. I'm gonna try a little chatter piece on the edge of this grass back, and then work some of that dam wall. Like it's some kind of like milfoil or coontail, a little bit on the end of its life here, but definitely can hold fish still. Tried this balsa crank a little bit, kind of a chartreuse color that I had on from Grand Lake. Might be a little too bright for this watercolor, but we'll give it a whirl here on the. Trying to start with some moving baits, just trying to get a bite. Not sure. Quick research, definitely some bluegills and crappies in this lake. No idea whether there's shad present or not. Knowing whether there would keep an eye out, see if we see some shad, that would probably make a difference on maybe some of the bait choices. Trying moving baits here to start. Try to cover some water. I don't know. Hate to slow down in an area that's just not where they're at without some positive signs. Start throwing a shaky head on the riprap. You know, it's an idea to get a bite, but I'm going to choose to try to cover some water and just try to make something move, make something swipe at my bait, make a decision, and then we can kind of go from there. That's the thought process anyways. Try the old Willie P. Never got this bite going on Grand like I wanted to, so maybe this will scratch that itch. Got a Chapo here actually. Maybe I should get my minnow out. Haven't thrown a minnow in a minute. I don't even know where my minnow is. I'm gonna grab a drop shot. We'll just zing that up there while we're digging out the minnow. Hope we could find a smaller minnow just to see what they are. I don't think that's the deal here. I don't think those are bass. Based on the dam wall, it looks like, you know, the water was at least 3 to 4 feet higher at some point this year or normally. So I don't know, still seems like there's plenty of water in this lake. It's plenty deep. Looks like it gets 40, 50 deep down here by the dam section of the lake. One more cast on the dam, then I think we gotta change it up. Alright, so we tried the dam and a little section of grass next to the dam. We tried a chatterbait, a grass piece, balsa, crank, buzzbait, and a chopo already, and a drop shot and a minnow on some like little fish around that water intake. Nothing on any of that stuff. So I'm gonna go find a pocket that I can go into here and try to cover one of these pockets and go maybe back in and work my way out and see if I can figure something out. I think that's the quickest way to determine where the fish are right now. Not a lot of activity. I didn't see, I mean, there was a couple little dots by that water intake, but I didn't really see much for bait fish or anything activity-wise down by the dam. There's one. Number one. Not a bad fish. Flipping a tube craw. He's only probably 3 feet deep. A little bit of scattered grass and timber. But yeah, number one. A nice fish. 2.8. Almost 2.9. Almost a 3-pounder. Fish number one in Kansas ever. 3-pounder. So that was about 90 minutes almost to get the first bite. Grass that's in this creek, kind of sporadic, mixed in with the timber. It's kind of hard to find the channel. It is not obvious where the creek channel is and how to navigate to get to the back of this pocket. So I'm just kind of weaving and winding my way through, kind of fishing my way in. Just that one bite, and it was kind of shallow. I was looking at that inside where it flattened out and it kind of dead ended. I couldn't really go any further. Bridge back there, or a culvert. There's a little tiny bit of water, and I kind of got a really defined straight row of trees here, which is interesting. I don't know if this is where the channel straightens out here at the back. Raptor's taking a beating back here. Ooh. I know there was a little bit of a rain here the other day, so there's some fresh water coming in the back of this pocket. You'd think that would pull some bait and some bass to the back, or at least position the fish that live back here. Little guy pulled down the buzz bait way in the back. Bass number 2, little 12-incher on the buzzer. Wasn't exactly a huge buzzbait blow up, but it's a buzzbait bite in the back of a pocket. So both bites have been pretty shallow so far. Number 2. Oh, we fished the back of the pocket. We have used about 2 hours of our time now, and we have one nice one that we caught about halfway back where a timber or like a stump row like terminated into a flat, and then I got one kind of real baby squeaker 12-incher on a buzzbait in the back of this pocket. I think I'm gonna try to maneuver my way out much quicker. Maybe just throw moving baits, either buzzbait or like this grass piece, chatter piece thing here, and see if I can generate a bite. Otherwise, I don't know if we'll go out and try to fish a little deeper or just try another pocket. But so far, not a lot of clues. Another one flipping trees. This one was a little deeper though. Tree on a point. Decent fish. Second one on the tube crop. Nice. Only need 3 more bites now. We got about 2.5 hours. We're halfway and we got 3 bites, so not all bad. Nice healthy fish. Get him back in the water. Let's see if we can get 2 more. Alright, we got 3 fish, 2 decent ones, and a little one. It's about 1:30. I got up till about 3:30 to fish. We checked one of the kind of main pockets. We got a fish about halfway back and about 2-3 feet of water where the timber was meeting a flat. We got one dink way in the back on a buzzbait, and we got one decent fish like 6 to 8 feet of water on a channel point where there was a nice piece of timber. 2 choices here in my mind with my limited time is to go out and scope on the deeper channel swings timber, or pick another creek, maybe like not the biggest one, maybe not the smallest one, but a medium one, and try to go to the back of that one and see if a different area of the lake has more grass, or it's a little different, or just the different end of this 500-acre lake. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's definitely taking longer to break it down. I underestimated how much timber was here. I knew there was a decent amount of timber, but once you get back there, you can't really move around. So it's like you can kind of run around a little bit in the main lake and wade through, and then but once you get in there, it's just like well, I was running back to a pocket, and I just noticed like this kind of rocky shale natural bank back here. It made me kind of want, looks like there's some water. I'm gonna try that real quick right over there. rocky bank. There was grass, wood on it. Looked pretty good. The wind was blowing on it. And we just made one quick pass. We'll try to get into this kind of back right creek arm here. Start on this face, take it in, see if we can generate a bite. So that's the arm we went in. Now we're gonna try this arm back here. Got some kind of a flat point here with some grass on it. Wind's blowing on it, leading into a pocket. Throw a chatterbait, maybe throw a buzzbait around that shallow part. A little bit of color in the water, and then it looks like back there kind of cleans up a little bit. Looks like there's a channel swing next to that boat ramp over there, or a rock bank. We can maybe flip that or throw a crankbait on that. It's weird, like this 500-acre lake has 2 boat ramps on it, and they're kind of nice boat ramps, so kind of cool. But I was the only one at the access today when I got here at like 10:30. Ooh, I just had something follow my chatterbait right to the boat. I couldn't see what it was, but I definitely had a follow. Dang it. Could have used that one. That could have been number 4. I think it was a bass, but I don't know for sure. I think if we get a bite on a moving bait, could like cover some water. I mean, I got that one bite on a buzz bait, but that wasn't very convincing. And if we got one more bite in flipping, I'd probably just flip the rest of the time. So kind of one more bite to kind of steer things here would be helpful. Looks like there's some pretty thick grass just under the water here on this point. I'm gonna try the buzz bait on it quick. Seems like a good day for a moving bait, like a chatterbait. Cloudy, windy, cool day, but not too cold. Like after a couple of kind of sunny days, like I would think this chatterbait would be a good way to generate a bite. That's why I've been kind of trying to pick it up and keep it honest, especially knowing that there's grass in this lake and seeing it on the live scope. 316. Then again, those 2 better bites were definitely flipping. That was a pretty deep tree there. There's number 4. That was in like 10. I mean, it might be a high spot there on this point, but that was like a channel swing high spot with a tree. So that was a little deeper. Get a quick weight on him. Number 4. We'll need one more now to have our 5 bass limit on our kind of new mystery Kansas lake. I think so. We got, you know, about an hour to get this bite, maybe an hour and a half at most. 1 3/4 pounds. Nice healthy fish in this lake though. Beautiful little fish. It's right on this point here. This is our turn. Pretty deep. Also, when getting a bite, I've been trying to slow down and flip the area, thinking there will be a cluster of fish somewhere, either maybe a couple fish in the same tree or trees in the area might have some fish on it. But I have really, I mean we got 3 bites in one creek, but that was probably half a mile between those 3 bites, and now we've moved to the other end of the lake and got a bite. Oh, there's a bite. Oh, that one is actually next to the other one. Number 5 came like a boat length from number 4. Nice. So this little point here kind of, I don't know if it's a turn or a point. It's hard to tell where the creek is in this thing, but it's number 5. 4 on a tube craw, 1 on a buzzbait, and the buzzbait was the smallest fish, which is weird. Oh, there's the cull. I'll get rid of them one of them 1-pounders. Oh, just a bigger tree. Probably was in 6-7 feet of water. Kind of working my way quickly to the back of this pocket, trying to see if there's like a group of fish on the flat in the back that need a buzzbait or something like that. But 2 1/4 gets rid of one that doesn't go a pound. So we got like 10 1/4 pounds and got our first cull. Might need tube craw, but this little kind of bluegill green pumpkin tube craw, just flipping that around, just like back home. I'll put a link in Omnia Fishing if you want to grab some of these tube craws. I don't think I've gotten any bites after working it. I think they've literally all come on the initial fall, or the initial pickup anyways. On the back here, there's a little bit of a channel, but it's kind of flattened out. Kind of trying to spray this buzzbait around, hoping to find a bigger bite back here somewhere. I think we've kind of run out of real estate back here for a 20-foot glass boat like the Camus. So we're gonna work our way back out of this pocket now. So the water visibility back here is probably 3 to 4 feet. A little bit of grass growing up. Plenty of places for one to hide and jump up and eat a buzzbait. Trying fishing a boat ramp. Try some windy bank. Mixing it up. I don't really have time to go into another creek and flip trees with the amount of time I got left. For the last 20-30 minutes, I'm just going to flip as many trees as I can on this channel, secondary channel, and work my way towards the ramp till I got to go in. The little guy. That's bass number 7. Sitting right on this tree over there. 5 hours, we ended up catching 7 bass. Had one other small bite, maybe a couple other bites, but basically one little scrawny one on a buzzbait, 4 pretty decent ones flipping, and then 2 other little ones flipping as well. Not bad for first time ever being on this lake. Bone Creek Reservoir, southeast Kansas. Probably worth your time. It's a fun little lake. It's a flipper's paradise. I wouldn't mind coming back and trying to break it down some more. If the wind wasn't so bad, I think doing the live scope thing out in the channel and the timber might be worthwhile, but that wasn't really in the cards for what I wanted to do today. So we're gonna put her on the rack and maybe we'll get out in Minnesota one more time. ice is probably coming soon in Minnesota. Never saw any shad when I was out fishing today, but maybe they're in here, but I didn't see them. Didn't seem like there was much of a movement back to the backs of coves yet. It seemed like everything was kind of mid-cove or out, except for that one little buzzbait fish. So if I came here again, water temp was in the low to mid 60s, I would focus on still channel swing stuff. That seems to be where the fish were. Maybe there's a little more to find in this lake. Fishing around grass, shallow backs of pockets, really couldn't generate any bite. I tried some windy grass points and flat points. Nothing there, which I thought would have been an easy way to get a bite today. All in all, 5 best fish, 10.5 pounds. Not so bad. One more would have easily had, you know, one more 2-pounder, we would have had 12 pounds. We just couldn't get rid of that one little dink. If you want to see what brought me down here to Oklahoma, Kansas, and why I'm here, watch this video on the screen right here.